I think you up to 12, 13 now as of today.
Yeah.
40 battles between 2021 and 2024. Crazy. I think you 130 career battles overall, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
5 mixtapes, 7 studio albums, independent,
Hmm.
2 collaborative albums, Raw and The Wolf and the Lion, 2 compilation albums. That means you got so much music. You can have a greatest hits. Outrageous. And you got a tour coming up. We're going to talk a little bit about that, but that's just the name of few.
Yeah.
Stellar, stellar work ethic. I mean, you really putting a lot of mind, heart, and soul behind the music. One of my favorite tracks I just played, talking, really pouring your heart out. That was from the Fantasies, Dreams, and Nightmares Radical Minds edition. That's the latest John that dropped not too long ago. First and foremost, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm good. I ain't got no complaints. You know what I'm saying? How you doing? Salute to the
I,
chat also, man.
yeah, salute to everybody that's pulling up. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Just had to start that. I just had to start that off right. I'm gonna run that list down again once we leave because that is just 40 battles between 2021 and 2024. I mean,
Hmm.
goodness gracious. We gonna get to that because we're gonna jump from the R&B to music. We're gonna jump to some battle rap. But first and foremost, oh, of course you know I had to put that. I had to put. Come on, you see me.
Mm.
You inspired that. Talk to me a little bit about what came first for you. Was it always the singing first and then you got into rap, or was it vice versa, or did the two come hand in hand?
The singing came first. Getting ready to
Okay.
do a choir practice. I was 14. I was just telling my manager this morning. Funny story, like they was doing a youth choir. You know, I'm
Mm.
young. I just want to do it to see the girls and stuff. I'm young, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool, you know. Cause at school, I'm like, I ain't popular at school, whatever. I'm in the
Mm.
bathroom just playing around. I remember they put me on the song "Come Thy Fountain."
Okay.
That's when it took off. So the rapping came when I was running track like 2000. Like I'm class of '04, so that year we won our track championship for the state.
Mm.
That's when I started rapping and stuff. So it just went hand in hand. But music was always in the house since I was a kid. So it was always there from my cousin DJing to my aunts and my cousins on both sides of the family singing and stuff like that. My uncles
Okay.
musicians. It's always been there. So the hip hop, it was always in the house, but it was like singing happened first and then rap happened after that.
Mm. Okay. I was going. That was going to be one of my next questions. As far as in the house, who were some of your inspirations? You said you had a cousin that DJ. There was a lot of singing going on in the household. What were some of the things that you grew up listening to that really inspired you even now to this day? Some of the artists.
Some of everything. Nita Baker, Prince,
Mm.
Cameo, um, old Panther, the ACDC, like the old Madonna, like all
Okay.
kinds of stuff. Like you couldn't walk in a room without VH1. Back when they showed music videos, like
Right.
Yo
Right.
MTV Raps, the CDs World Rap CD before they
Oh,
had the basement, like all that
yeah.
kind of stuff. So it was like I was inspired by what was out, especially like Prince and how he revolutionized stuff like watching Soul Train, The Star Search, Apollo. Uh, yeah,
Hmm.
that Anita man, like you knew you had to clean up that week when you heard that Anita playing. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Get the vacuum, the mop. We wipe the woodworks down, all of that good stuff. You hear that good Anita Baker and that soul music playing.
yeah. Then the
Okay.
gospel, yeah, Mississippi Mass Choir, the Winans, Clark sisters. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was a mix of everything, man. Like so it was just we used to look at the magazines with the CDs and the Camelot magazines, like, oh, we gonna
Yeah.
do that. So yeah, it was some of everything, man. So yeah.
Okay. It definitely shows in the music and the writing that you got a well-rounded palette when it comes to the music. I heard you got even got a little bit of a rock or edgy song on the latest album. I hear what you doing on that joint. It's fire. When did you realize, or did you always know that you had a gift for song? Was it when you joined the choir, or was it just at home singing with the family type of thing? When did you realize I got a little bit of a voice on me?
Um, I want to say high school when I did a talent show because I was before I even sing and rap. I was in like the dance groups. Like we used to do a lot of hip hop dance and praise dance and stuff. So
Hmm.
the music came because like I think I was around my cousin. Me and my brother, we would hook up like the speakers and we would used to record on my dad's tape or whatever because he used to take like the VHS from Blockbuster and dub and bootleg, and then he would do the tapes like that too. Take the Just For Me tapes, and he would make all like the different songs and stuff. And we would
Okay.
catch him recording too, so it was like we would imitate him. So it's like yeah, so it just
Oh.
so he bought me a karaoke one day. You know, I'm like I was real shy. I didn't want to. I don't want to hear myself around film. So, but he knew. So
Hmm.
they got me a karaoke, and I made me my little own studio or whatever. And then just watching my cousin them do it, and it influenced me. Like I was like the last one that finally got on CDs. So
Hmm.
just watching them or whatever, and then like making little demos and just for fun, and then it ended up becoming yeah, man, you gotta do that, man. You can't sit on the gifts, so you gotta do it. So I ended up
Yeah.
doing my own thing after a while, and I was in a group at the time too. And
Hmm.
the group was cool. Like, shout out to them, but God had different plans, so it was what it
Hmm.
was. So I say around
Hmm.
high school, around middle school, high school, when I started
Okay.
getting deep into the music, like, yeah, I want to do this. So yeah.
Yeah. Did that help you? Did the music help you kind of break out of that shyness, that reserve by, pushing forward, doing shows? Was you doing talent shows then? Because you said I heard you say you was in a group, y'all doing little shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was, and the funny part about it, I'm an extrovert, but I'm also an introvert unless I get real cool with you or whatever. And like
Mm.
I grew up real sheltered, so like I was always in the house unless I could go to school or something like that. I was always in the house. So when it came to doing shows or whatever, my granddad, God rest his soul, he always encouraged me to like. He took me to. I remember the Scouts came down for American Idol when it first came out. They had the Scouts. Then you went to
Mm.
Austin and you performed, but they had the Scouts surprise you. So I did that. My granddad took me to meet Aaliyah at 16. Huge
Wow.
Aaliyah fan, you know what I'm saying? Like, but
Yeah.
I didn't like people. I was just like, man, I was the kid that drew pictures and art and stay away from them quiet. Like I ain't. As soon as I
Mm.
started talking and singing, they go, oh shit, he sang, he talk. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially with my bullies got cool with me after that. So it was like,
Ain't that crazy how it work out like that when you kind of showcase a little bit of talent and then it's like, well, we can't. He actually good. He cool. Cool. Cool.
yeah. So it was like, it shit was crazy. So from then on, like it just took off and shit. I had a couple opportunities to get signed, but I was just too damn young. I was 17. I was too young, and it wasn't
Mm.
time. Like I wasn't mature enough. I wasn't spiritual enough. Like, and then back then, you didn't have like the what we have now, like the knowledge that we got at the fingertips, the technology now. That back then,
Right.
you just jump on, and then you find yourself in a big red record situation and shit. So it was
Mm-hmm.
like, and I look at
Locked into something that you're
yeah,
not really,
yeah,
not knowledgeable about.
yeah. So, and I seen a lot of groups come out because I'm from a small city, so we had an underground shop called Eminem's. That's where all the underground music from everywhere. This was when like
Hmm.
both sides of Houston was on the scene and Dallas region came out, Fort Worth. So in our region
Yeah.
or whatever, we were different. Like we didn't want to sound like everybody else. We didn't want to be chopped and screwed. We didn't want to be none of that.
Um,
But me personally, I'm versatile. Like I saw myself further than I was literally making demo tapes. I was so invested. I would be in my little studio and I would be reading a magazine. I gotta sound, my beats gotta sound like that.
mm,
Mind you, I'm a teenager. I gotta sound like that. I gotta compete with them. Like we was trying to get on Battle of the Bands versus Destiny Child back when they blew up.
whew,
So I was on that level. Like I still got that mindset.
yeah.
So I was trying to compete on that. Like, and it was an escape from what I was, how I grew up. Like I couldn't do nothing else. And like, so music was
Mm,
my escape. Art was my escape. And I used to read like the books we had with the artwork and stuff like that. So that was my escape and it was therapy. So that's why that's another reason I do music too. Like for people that go through shit. So yeah,
yes. Yeah. And it shows. It definitely shows because I've been listening to your music pretty much since last year. Definitely the
appreciate it.
new project. And it just got me back in that feel of being relatable. You know what I mean? A artist talking to me and maybe something I'm going through at the time or something I'm coming out of and just giving me that hope. And it's just such a well-rounded project. You know what I mean? You get
Appreciate it.
some, maybe you in a rough situation, then you get the positive aspect of it. You get some of that looking back because sometimes, we have to um just go back in our minds and give ourselves credit for what we came through. You get so much from that album for me that it gives me a connection to the artist that nowadays we don't necessarily feel. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And you definitely bring that to the table with your music. So
I
I
appreciate
appreciate
that.
that.
No problem. I thank you for it. Like, yeah, I'm the whole like when I did my first project Rain, um,
Hmm.
it was supposed to like Radical was really supposed to be the first actual, and it just would. I didn't know nothing about recording and nothing. Like when I started learning how to do it, it was
Mm.
cool. And I was supposed to do like the category J, like do my little first mixtape, whatever EP, and it didn't work out like that. So God had other
Hmm.
plans. So when I made Rain, I had just got out of a 12-month program and an 18-month internship, got my life on track, and it's a whole story, but I just tell it in a fictional sense, like because of my imagination, like you know what I'm saying. So, and
Hmm.
the whole story, and any artist can relate is being an underdog, and then you become a grand champion and speaking it in existence. But at the same time, like even with the group, I didn't want to line my raps. I didn't want to line my songs. No, you can't write for me. I want to tell my story. Because if I
Right.
ball out, I actually did it. And I want to talk about the other side of it. I don't want to cap
Right.
it nothing. And like I got a lot of flack for that. Like, and that's what carried the story. And then like even recently, like I was in the studio with my partner the other night. I had my godson with me. And we were just
Hmm.
going through like all of the sagas, all of the eras, and like each chapter, like and that's what artists lack now. It's like I love concepts and I love a story. I love a good. I don't like making something that's just a random, unless it's like a mixtape or something that's different, like because you promote. But like when it's an
Yeah.
actual project, I like how Michael's mind was, or how Prince like it's like like. And my cousin told me this the other night. He's like, man, you got a cinematic universe. You need to do
Yeah.
this and this and this. So I'm like, all right, cool. So, and that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the little pup rising up into this to this leader, and it's
Yeah.
like one long relationship, and then it's like, and then plus the whole misconceptions. Like I came from, like I had one foot in the church, one foot out in the streets and stuff. So it's like
Hmm.
being on both sides, and I wanted to break that fourth wall of what the world says it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. And this is my perspective. This is the perspective of, well, it ain't always like that with men. Like I'm always opposing the statistics. Like it's not like
Mm.
that. That's where Radical came from. Radical was birthed in like 2008. Pyro was birthed in 2009. And the funny part about it, I looked on my Facebook, really 2007. And
Wow.
that's that. And I had a bar about Nightmare, and that's where that was birthed. So all of that was just like the seeds being planted till now, like, okay, because it
Yeah.
makes sense now. So that's what
And
all that was. So and that's what I love about the new album too, is 7 is completion. It's the final chapter. It's like, okay, it's all or nothing at this point. And a spoiler alert, I can't say who it is. I was telling my manager this, so you get the exclusive. A
uh-oh,
celebrity,
come
a
on.
celebrity reached out to me. A celebrity reached out to me that was in the election, and I can't say who. I want
Okay.
to wait till Friday, but they reached out to me because it's better for people to see the surprise. And they was like, "Yo, I ain't never met a
True.
person with energy like you. I'm
Mm.
finna scoop you up." Mind you, I've been
Mm.
doing this since 2017. Like,
You said about
on my project,
2006, 2007.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the project didn't get made to like 2013, 2014, like whatever. So, and that's another thing too. It don't matter how old you are, just continue to do it. You don't speak it in existence. That's why I do this. That's why I
Yes,
always.
sir.
You never know who watching, and then for a person of that status to reach out and talk to me every day, like, you don't got to worry about nothing. Your life will change. It's just full circle. All year full circle. So
Mm.
that's what I love about this project and stuff. Um, because I ain't gonna lie, I was ready to quit. I was like, man, if this don't
What?
do it, if this don't do it, man, like, you gonna find something different. I'm about to do it. I'm about to be 40. I'm good. And
But
I'm on Facebook one day. I'm just chilling, and I get a message. I'm thinking it's a troll message. And they sent me a video. I'm like, no, it's. I was like, oh shit, this shit is really happening.
let's
And
go. Let's
so
go.
yeah, man.
But
This
isn't that
album
how
is
it
crazy.
works out sometimes? Not to cut your wisdom. You right on that cusp, that breaking point, you don't put so much effort in, so much of your own spirit and your mind into a project, into multiple projects for years and years, and you like, you know what? If this don't go, I got feet out the door. Forget this. And then boom,
Yeah,
God blesses you with an opportunity to take a whole nother path. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's like you said, you noticed even when you weren't in a group, I'm supposed to go this way, y'all go this way. Just with
uh-huh.
the creative process of your music, I want to be genuine with my music. I want to write things that I know about or that I experienced personally. You
Right.
always took a risk on yourself, it sounds like, in the music and your creative journey in the music. So it's just another lane for you to kind of pivot to, that kind of just gives reassurance that you was doing the right thing the whole time, low key, for me, from a fan's perspective. You know what I'm saying? So
It's a
I think
fact.
it's dope. I wish you nothing but the best. Let's backtrack though a little bit. I heard, I know you from Texas, big Texas representative in the building. I heard you say you kind of you had your own personality, your own vibe. Yes, Texas is known for, some of the greats, the chopped and screwed and things of that nature. But you kind of went in your own direction with your music, with your sound. But at
Yeah,
the same time, Texas is in you, it's not on you.
yeah.
Did it have any, even the earlier works at least, did it have any influence on the music at all? The way you talk, the draw, like
Oh yeah,
anything at all?
oh yeah. And I'm big on like geography and regions and stuff like that. Cause East Texas, like most people think Earl Campbell and people like that, like Kiki or
Hmm.
Apollo, like, because the regions are so different. It's like Texas is so big. It's like its own little states and stuff. And
Yeah.
like where I'm from, it's like when you cross over 20 in the bridge, it's like separated. So it's pine trees and just shit like that. So
Mm.
we didn't want to sound like Houston. We didn't want to sound like Dallas. We had our own like 903. Like we was big on like the football scene, shit like that. Like me,
Hmm.
most of these like country and stuff like that. Me, I wanted to be out the box. I don't want to be tied to gospel. I don't want to be this. But like when I first started, I wasn't even cussing at all, but it was aggressive. And they was like, whoa, who is this little
Mm.
And it was a great, but I'm telling the truth. Like I'm talking about stuff that's going on with me in the church house. Like this is what I
Mm-hmm.
don't like. Like I shake your
Mm.
hand, but you don't mess with me. Well, deuces. Like stuff like that, or a different relationship. So I wanted to be different, like in an anomaly. Like, but it did have an influence on me, like just how they broke the barriers and like the sound and the whole culture behind it and how it influenced everyone else. And then you get this music over here, and then the whole South, like
Yeah.
watching Louisiana do their thing, watching people. I got some cats I knew out of Arkansas, just small places like that, because it's so
Mm-hmm.
much mad talent, and then just the diversity of it. Then plus
Yeah.
like the underground shop, we got music from everywhere. So my pops, he drove trucks or whatever, so he had music from like different areas. Like so, I was always he had a whole case like the suitcase with the cassettes in it. So he had all the
Okay.
Tupacs. He had everything from everywhere, from Philly, New York, all kind of shit. So I would
Mm-hmm.
always be in his crates just listening to shit. We would just always ride listening to music. So it all played a part, especially being at Job Corps and
Mm.
watching them on TV and seeing them make it. It was like, damn. I remember when them motherfuckers used to ride the bus and
Right.
sell out the trunk. And they like it's a trip. So I was the last, like I think I was the last one, like in my era, like to really just like get on CDs and stuff like that, because they had all passed on or whatever. So when I
Mm.
met my brother Paradox had just left Atlantic. He went to school with Post Malone, and I was
Okay.
homeless. I was putting out music homeless. Nobody knew. Like that song we played in the beginning, I made that
Yeah.
homeless in a band though. I made that in a
Yeah.
band though, just recording. So, and I would go to the school when I was working at McDonald's and trying to, he seen me one day. He was like, he took me to his apartment in the studio or whatever, and he's the one that showed me how to get on Spotify, put me on my first podcast. He the one that even prepped me for battle rap. So I always show him love, you know what I'm saying? Because he didn't have to
Mm-hmm.
do that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I can teach you how to get independent on this level because you got it. But you got an
Right.
ear, but I want to show you how to really. And once I implemented that in my music and we dropped
Mm.
that rock album, it was like, oh yeah, it's over. And
Yeah.
then that's around the time I started learning about Band Lab and all this other shit. And I made some of my best work, and that was my therapy. I've been living in Arlington for 12 years, and this is where I grew my fan base. This is where my true story began.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I look at it now full circle, like the whole fantasy dream and nightmare. The whole story is just basically me leaving home and venturing out, because a lot of people will hold you back and say, "Oh, you can't do that," all because they didn't do it, or they try to leave their
Right.
kids and their kids like, "Nah, I can't let you do that." So it built
Yeah.
up my confidence enough to be like, "Nah, fuck that." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I need to do, because I don't want
Mm.
I don't want my children when I have them growing up like I did. So fuck that. So I'm always going against like whatever. Like that's just me.
Going
I
against
can't
the
change.
grain.
Yeah, I can't
No.
change that. So
That's a great quality. You gotta have that type of quality when you're creative though, because a lot of people will try to put their fears off on another person, like
yeah,
because they don't see it possible for them. So they try to make you feel like it's not possible for you. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And you just
thanks.
gotta be like, look, your own insecurities or whatever are yours. I know where my road is going long as I keep that mindset, that belief in myself. You feel me?
Hmm.
And it's definitely paying off for you. I was about to ask you about your motivation. Like what has kept you just creatively inspired to keep putting out music? Not only music, but we're going to get to battle rap in a little bit. But in those circumstances that you was in, not on your feet and everything, I know it was your safe space, but also what just kept you inspired to keep writing, keep doing music?
Um, my cousin, like when watching him, God rest his soul, like we had a conversation before he passed, and it's like the funny thing about that conversation, like he had already known. Like I'm big on like manifestation and prophecy and stuff. So, and I remember having a conversation with him. He was like, "Yeah, it's finna happen for you, bro. I don't know when, but it's finna happen for you." And
Mm.
then he asked me, he said, "Well, how would you feel if something happened to me?" I'm like, "Man, don't talk like that."
Oh.
Little did I know, he was sick. So little did I know something was gonna happen. So
Mm.
anytime I was getting ready to achieve something, something happened. So, but he was preparing me and just him managing me and speaking over like I gotta do it for him. And then
Yeah.
being when you been out in the streets and you've been like when I got into the community side of everything and I'm out there with them and
Mm-hmm.
you see it, you got to like I get DMs from people. I used to have people call my mom's house when I was staying with her, and they were like, "Hey, can you sing for me? I'm going through it," or they would
Mm.
write me or whatever. So I have to do it. Like I got a goddaughter. She's
Yeah.
I'm her favorite artist. Like and kids know they honest. They gonna tell you suck. They like kids is
Yes.
honest and like you could to them like you could put like top tier artists and they'll listen to them be like, all right, cool. And they'll play my music. They be like, man, and she'll throw her headphones off on them and they'll play me. And like I got a call one day and they showed me the video. The whole classroom playing it, the teachers playing me.
Okay.
I'm like, hell, it shocked me when I got like I'm still learning the charts and shit.
Mm-hmm.
50,000 something off in like overseas somewhere. Like that shit is crazy. Like in Russia, that shit is crazy. And mind you,
Yeah.
I ain't got money like that. I'm making it off of like I'm paying for studio time, selling stamps and plasma donation money and shit like that. And then
Right.
just like you know what I'm saying, a little money I get on live, but to see where it's at is like the dedication. So that's what drive me to do it. You know what I'm saying? If I
Mm.
couldn't do nothing else, I don't know what I'd be doing. Plus, that's my therapy. It's
Right.
somebody hurting right now. So and then plus, I don't like some of the music that be on the radio. I'm like, bro, I don't like this shit. And somebody
We.
told me one day, like, bro, why don't if you don't like it, why don't you make something? So it's like, fuck it.
Mm.
So
Mm.
that's why I continue to do it. It's just too much cookie cutter shit. Like,
Right.
especially these
Right.
days. I miss the balance. I miss where I can turn up and then DMX slipping comes on the radio. Well, I want to feel
Mm.
good, but I also want to get my soul balanced. I miss them days. They just
Right.
too much motherfuckers that's untalented, that don't work hard, they just famous and then like we said, we're gonna get to the battle rap side in a minute. That's another thing. It's like we got so much talent, we got so much, been doing it for years, and it's like they
Mm.
put us on the back burner because they want some bullshit. It's like fuck that.
Yeah.
So gotta
Yeah.
keep doing, gotta keep doing it. So I appreciate any independent, that's or anybody doing music. Like I'm big on that. I big them up just like people big up these celebrities that don't give a fuck about us. Like I big anybody
Right.
and I'm big on that. That's why I'm gonna continue to do it. Like it's a lady,
Mm.
she's in her 80s and she still drops art and music and all of that in her 80s. Like I think she's like 85.
Come on.
Awards
Okay.
and everything, nominated,
Yeah.
all that shit. I said, damn, I'm like
Look,
so
possibilities are endless.
yeah,
87 years
so
old.
yeah, so it's like who would I what why would I not keep doing it? So that's a and then it all leads back to my cousin because I can't just sit back and not do nothing and then I sit on my gift and sit idle
Right.
and then I lose it. Nah, fuck that.
Right.
Take the gift and pour it back out. So that's
Yeah.
I guess that sums it up. You know what I'm saying? So like yeah, I do it for real.
No.
It's a therapy. So yeah.
Peace and blessings to your cousin. I'm glad he definitely instilled and poured into you before his passing. I appreciate him doing that as a, like I said, a supporter and seeing that you have a talent and your music does touch people. You're being used by a higher power because you got a voice and it deserves to be heard, especially like you said in this musical space we in with the copy and paste sounds, the no soul in the music is definitely needed because that's how I grew up, and I
Yeah.
can't picture music is so healing, for us all. So we need artists like yourself to put the real into it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get a little bit into, and I've been curious since we started talking behind the scenes about your writing process, because not only, you know, music as far as all the many albums you have up till today, but the battle rapping as well. How do you stay so, I guess I want to say, creative, inspired, so like your mind just keeps formulating new things to speak about? What's your creative writing process like? Does it just kind of flow? Is it a headspace you have to be in? Like, how do you stay so consistent with the writing?
I want to say all the above. Like I've learned to adapt with the times, and I've learned how to accept, like accept, like they're saying, like I learned how to just adapt, and then
Mm,
how to keep up with trends, and then just always challenging myself. Okay, how can I flip that?
mm,
Like most of my music, like if you really listen close, like because we talked about the freestyle, and me and Clip talked about that a lot, especially with the history. I remember I wanted to challenge myself, like, can I write without having? Can I write it in my mind, and can I freestyle it on the track? Because you had so
mm,
many people, you find out your favorite artist has got a ghostwriter. It's like singing is one thing because everybody can sing. But when you
right.
find out they rapping, they supposed to be this hardcore MC, and you find out they getting raps from people, it's like, what the fuck? It's like kids finding out
Mm,
Santa. So it's like, hell no.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I always challenge myself to like the headspace I'm in. I can't write nothing if I don't want to be clouded by nothing, no distractions, and then plus whatever's going on, like everything, the setting. Like I might be in a grocery store and I see something or I hear something or boom. Like I'm the
Mm,
type of person, like when I hear music, I see colors and shit. So same
okay.
thing with raps, like with the battling, they help me become a better writer. Like, you know, I'm always studying. I'm always online looking at shit. I'm always around people. I'm like all ages. So you're always learning, and like I'm always reading, and then I always give myself time enough to rest too. And then
Yeah.
it's like, all right, cool. So like when I'm picking like my production, like when I pick the production, I like stuff that stand out. I want something that speaks. It's like, oh yeah, I gotta get that because it's kind of like when they had the swing mob era going on with Devontae and yeah, Genuine, all of them.
Oh
It
yeah,
just
yeah.
just the way they sounded. It's like nobody was sounding like that. Jodeci was already um they flipped the world upside down. And then you got the
Mm,
swing mob, and it's like Timberland and all of them is like, bro, who is that? So
right.
I wanted to be on that type of shit, like something that could grab your attention and be like, oh shit. And then like even with the dress, like when I first started getting my image together, okay, I remember they was talking about doing like the old school sound, and I
Mm,
want to do the New Jack Swing sound. Fuck it. We don't
yeah.
hear that too much. I want to do that. So,
Right.
and then I got so invested. I'm like, I'm gonna get the flannels. I'm gonna get the, but fuck that. I'm gonna take a step further. I'm gonna get the PJs. I'm gonna get this, and I'm gonna because you gotta create an image for yourself too. It's like, and then like it's who I am. It's like the roots, like the nostalgia. So, and then
Mm,
just go from storm, but still keeping up with the times too. And I think a lot of people they get comfortable and then they try to keep up with the youngsters. It's like, nah, like stick to what helps you grow because you know who your tribe is. And that's what
right.
helped me throughout the years and stuff. So I'm always learning and seeing what's online and what's hot. And then I had
Mm,
to also learn too is stop saying you hate shit. Stop saying you hate TikTok. Stop saying you hate YouTube. Like stop saying it because all you're doing is blocking your own shit. Like, no, get invested. So I started
right.
researching certain, then my mind just starts working like, oh, I'm gonna talk about that. That's what's hot right now. And then product placement, like I have bars where I might promote another battle in a certain line, or I have a product play, or I promote something. I learned how to like going live and broadcast. I learned how to do that. So I've been
Hmm.
implementing that more because it keeps you relevant, and then also people are listening, and then you selling the product. So it's like, oh, but they got that. Oh, okay, cool. And it's how you
Right.
execute it too, like being a salesman, like the different jobs I had.
Mm.
Especially like when selling CDs and shit like that. It's like, okay, how can I get this consumer over here that's hardcore this, fuck with this over here? And next
Right.
thing you know, it's like you got something that's relatable that everybody can. It's just like the analogy of if you had like the world, you be in a room, everybody is going through it, they don't fuck with each other. As soon as you light a blunt, oh, everybody's friends. It's kind of like that
Mm.
analogy. So that's what keeps me like where I'm at now, even at this time. And then plus I meditate and I pray a lot. Like
Okay. Yeah.
there are times where I'll sit on the porch at 3 a.m, I don't listen to nothing. Or I'll just sit in the house and I'll listen to, like, if it rained, I'll listen to that. Or I cut everything off. I cut the phone off, cut everything, and I just let God talk to me. And I just deal with
Mm.
me. And it just
Yeah.
refresh, and I just take everything in, what was downloaded, what's said, and I just listen to nature. I go on a walk. Like even when I pray for battles, like sometimes, because when you're so consumed in something, it starts to
Mm-hmm.
take away from you, and you get to the point where you go through kind of an identity crisis. You got to get away from the persona and get to you, so that way everything else can line up. Then it's like, yeah, then you can cook. Because I've went through that. I went through
Mm.
where I was in a relationship, and my lady's like, it's not a battle. You don't have to. And
You
I
in
had to
that?
really like back
Yeah.
up and it's like, especially like when you like those that got kids, you start seeing it too. And it's like, damn. So you forget who you are. You look in the mirror and and it's like you gotta know like the kayfabe knowledge. You gotta know what's kayfabe and what's not. So I take
Mm-hmm.
I take all that time to like unwind and kind of, and it's like, all right, and then all right, now I can write what I experienced. Okay, how can yeah, I can, and that's basically my process. So it's random and sporadic at times, but or spur of
Mm-hmm.
the moment, like, and I'm never done writing until like a battle's over because you're always thinking, you're always seeing shit, you're always seeing like something can happen right now. Ooh, how can I tie that in? So it's
Right.
mine's always working. But then it's also time too where you got to give your mind time to rest so your body can catch up too. Cause you overwork
Mm.
yourself in the game just like a car. You gotta make sure the car is tuned up and fit. Like you gotta make sure everything's good or the mechanics is gonna be shit. So
Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
just depends on like the vibe, the mood, all of that shit. So
Okay. That's a great point though. You emphasize like finding that balance. That's what I got from that. Like it's good to have that work ethic, drive, keep going, but you also gotta, like you said, just wind down, get back to yourself a little bit, take a step back and come back to it with fresh eyes.
yeah,
So you could be able to give it that same energy from start to finish. So that's something I'm definitely going to try to incorporate myself. Because I'm one of those type people too. Like I'm just like, what else can I do? What else can I say? How I'm gonna keep writing, and it gets to a point where, for me, I don't necessarily get blocked, but it's like, oh, my body's telling me I need to take a break, but I'm just like, oh, if I take a break, I might miss something. I might not, rushing to get to where I need to be. So
yeah,
I appreciate that bit. Yeah,
most
especially as
definitely,
far as the writing.
most definitely.
So we gonna stay on the writing a little bit. What's your, how I want to word this? Is there a difference for you writing R&B versus battle rap? Or is it kind of go hand in hand, just kind of flows, depends on the headspace? Like, do you do a lot more research when you're battling, for your opponent or things of that nature, or do you kind of let it flow? Like, what's your process between the two?
Um, well, I start with the battle. Like battling, like if I have a rapport with a person, like I'm always studying. Like I study everything from interviews. Like I have a playlist, and I'll look at everything from because I want to know. Like I'm so heavy on the art of war. Like I want to know the beginnings all the way to where you're at now.
Mm.
And then I go look at all of my beginnings and where I'm at now. And then plus I'll stop doing that. Once I'm done with that, I'll just let it, whatever it is, because you never know. It could be the unexpected too. So I go in and I deal with that like that. Like I study, but at the same time I expect the unexpected. And I get myself to the point where I'm in the fight mode, but also at the same time, I can't get so ahead of myself and be arrogant enough to be like, okay, miss still. So even I gotta make sure I'm conditioned, I'm taking care of myself. At the same time, like keeping up. Sometimes you gotta stay away from things, and then and it plays a hand like it helped me be a better songwriter too. Like I say, like you got people that ghostwrite. Like the
Right.
good part about being a singer that can rap and being a battle rapper too, because that's the main reason I started battling is because you got weak ass artists that call themselves the best, but they don't fight nobody. And how do you prove that they got ghostwriters? So how do you prove that you're the best? You go battle. I'm from
Right.
that, you know what I'm saying? So like I used to watch the old A-Hat, old Smack DVDs, the street style. I used to watch all of that. Like we used to battle in school. So and I feel good and proud to say I can pen my own because I don't need a songwriter to write for me. I can do it myself. Plus I'm lyrical. I can flip something and they'll catch it. It's like, oh shit, he got bars too. And they it's like singers that like triple threats, we make the best artists, like because we know how to go into that pocket. We don't need somebody that can, if we want to freestyle, we can do that because we're conditioned to. So and we're not afraid to jump in the ring or nothing like that. So it goes hand in hand. So I'm grateful for having that key in that area too. And then like always learning and always paying attention to what's around me and what's going on, what's trending. And then also too, I try not to get into the pocket of overdoing something where you'll see a trend and everybody does it. I don't like doing that shit either. Like I like to wait when it's dead, then bring it up when it's still relevant. And try to outdo that. So that's what keeps me relevant and all of that. That's what helps me. Cause I fell in that pocket too where I get in the point of I'm gonna do this, and it don't always work. And then like I had to learn to like not write for the like you got to know your crowd. Like when I used to perform in a building, my teacher told me one time, if you can rock a crowd of 3 people, then you can rock a crowd of 1,000 or more, maybe 5,000. Like because and then it builds your confidence. If you're confident in who you like, T-Rex told me one time in Harlem, if you're confident in who you are, then people will mess with it. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of people, I think they get so caught up in, because ain't nothing wrong when you're cooking and you love what you eat, but everybody ain't gonna eat what you, because everybody can't cook. And you don't want to give people food poisoning. You don't want to sell them something. So you want to make sure it's prepared. You want to make sure that it's digestible for people and all that. And then plus, I'm one of them niggas that, I want to catch it. Because sometimes people got short attention spans, so I want it complex, but I want it to where I can get it. It's contemporary. We in 2024, so I want to get it. So I want to be witty, but also I want to be able, like kids can pick it up. Like anybody can watch it, like, oh, I get it. You know what I'm saying? So I try to get to that point too, and that's what helped me write songs too, is like, how can I put this in a worded way where it's funny, but I'm serious? And then I study different people that I watch, like I study comedians, I study like public speakers or something like that, or I watch people that like in the community how they like how they attack or how they do stuff, and then I listen to their songs and how they approach it. And I look at a beat and see what the name of the beat is. Okay, that's what it's called. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. Like then just like old school stuff, and then I give my time to rest. So it goes hand in hand with the process, and that's what makes dope projects too. Because it ain't the same old copy paste shit. Like I can't stand that shit. Can't stand it. Throw that shit out the car.
I agree. Oh my goodness. I can't tell you how many times I've heard like even bars like the same, and we talk about this a lot too. I think we talked about this behind the scenes, like the same reference to bars, and it's like, okay, how many times you gonna hear Martin or this show or that show? This like there's plenty other like Take Me Somewhere where I'm like, oh snap, like
Mhm.
I forgot about that. That was my movie too, or that was my show, or damn, I
Mhm.
remember that character, or whatever you're referencing. Like, make me think a
Mhm.
little bit, but at the same time, like you said, you found a good balance where you can catch the ear and it's like digestible, like not too intricate where you gotta sit with it for an hour and really pick apart, each bar by bar, like, okay, he used this reference from Egypt and that and this and that, but it gives intellectual, it still gives witty, it still gives clever. A lot of people
Mhm.
are missing that, not only in rap, battle rap, but in R&B too, because there's a way
Yeah.
to say, you want to caress a woman without saying it how he said it. You know what I mean? Or how she said it. So,
These cats out here, man, they just be. I be watching the funny videos when they be making fun of like how the '90s. And I made a comment. I made a comment on the producer Polo's IG post about how R&B singers they be doing the most, and I be like, motherfuckers be in the shower with clothes on. They just be I'm like, man, and they just be talking about. I'm like, bro, it is crazy how when you're a kid and you hear a song and it's different, then you grow up and you find out what it means. You're like, oh shit.
mm-hmm,
Oh no,
mm-hmm.
it's like I love Jodeci. It's my favorite group. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like when they sing Cry For You, they out in the desert with hot ass leather on,
Mm.
shades, pleading their heart out. She only been gone for an hour. Think
Come
about
on,
that. Think
come
about
on.
that. It is they. I'm like, and then they knew it's when they was in the snow. So you got Tyrese in the shower, like it's just falling out. Like, how you gonna act like that? I'm like, man, get your shit go. Like
You
they
gotta
just
do it.
serious. Like,
You gotta do an arm movement or put your
yeah.
arm. Tell you,
Like
yeah.
just do what Genuine did. Just have your bodyguards just block the chicken and just go do your show. Leave out the back door like he did. Like I don't get it. So it's like I be listening to boys and then it'd be like I love music, but I too much of the same thing is bad. Like we get it.
Mm-hmm.
You're hurt. Like how much toxicity we gonna see? Like we get it. You're hurt. Go pray about it. Like go eat a
You want
sandwich. Go eat a cookie. Go to sleep. Like I don't have time, and I'm not gonna make songs about sipping. I'm not. Okay, bro, we get it. Like
Yeah,
I don't
she
cut.
left you. She gone. She took the dog,
Yeah,
the all that. Burned up your
like
clothes, but you still want her back. Ah,
yeah, I
goodness.
got a song called "You Got Me Fucked Up." I'm like, man, I'm gonna let my sis check you. I ain't gonna put hands on you, but I got a sister for you. Like, go and
Okay.
get your shit. Like, shit
Yeah.
actually happened. Like real shit. Like, cause you gotta understand who you are too and the value of who you are too. Like, as an artist overall, battling or whoever. If you're willing to compromise just to fit in, then you're not gonna make it in this shit. Like I just refuse to. I'm not kissing nobody ass. Like if you want to leave, leave. I ain't finna write
Right.
about. Like I used to have women. Can you write a song about me? Hell no, because if I do, we gotta get into it. That means I don't like you. I don't feel like doing that. I ain't gonna give you no. I ain't gonna give you the benefit. Fuck that.
Right.
But I'm gonna talk about the situation. Like
Right.
same thing
And
in the
keep it
battle.
honest. Hmm.
Like when I battle people, like I don't like using the same fucking angles that's overused. No, I want something fresh.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about that. And then it's like, oh shit, that did happen. And then it's like,
Right.
oh, because now, because and then as the opposite, it's like you feel better that somebody took that approach because they actually okay, they went a different route. Like speaking of
It's
like with my brother Clip,
refreshing.
yeah, like with my brother Clip, like the way he used the flips, like he's the king of that shit. Like I appreciated that because I
Mm.
never heard that type of, you know what I'm saying? It's only rare to do that, and you appreciate that type of stuff. Like I told myself, if I did use gun bars, it's gonna be a metaphor, but it's gonna be different. Or if I did use something, it's got to be something I did. Or how can I flip that? You know what I'm saying? Without you got the people saying, "Oh, you incriminated," and da 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 da. Because
Mm.
I don't wanna talk about something if I ain't done that shit. And if I did do it, I want a lesson out of it. Like, what is
Yeah.
my purpose for having it? What is my purpose at the end of this battle? Like, am I trying to reach somebody? Is it me and the others the opponent having a like a clarity or something like that or whatever I'm trying to say? Like, that's what I try to do with all my battles and shit. And then I go on like, cause it's like a weightlifting, but I just it'd be funny to me seeing the shit when people just do too much and then you wonder and you're like, all they did all of that for a sandwich? Like shit. You just hungry, just go get you something to eat. Like I'm not finna be crying on the floor when it's raining and I'm just order
Ripping your
DoorDash.
clothes off,
Like
and
she
now you got
left me
pneumonia.
and she didn't cook no food. Man, fuck that. Talking about how the food ain't cooked and man, fuck that. I come home and I'm ordering DoorDash. I don't feel like cooking. She good. Fuck that.
You know
Just
how to
want to go
cook,
sleep.
clean,
Like,
wash your own clothes. Like you're not
right.
dependent on nobody do it for
Go
you.
hand wash them. Dry 'em old school. Like I'm not crying over. Like I love people, but I'm not finna. I'm too old. Like I'm not finna cry over folks. Fuck that shit. And it's like
Yeah,
when people, and then when people are confident who they are, nothing else fucking matters. When you can embarrass yourself, then that's a superpower. When you can embarrass yourself, what can a
hmm
person say about you? And
yeah,
that's another kind of power. Like
it
I'm
is.
all books. Like shit, I be loving when people try to find when people like I'm gonna find some dirt. It was like okay, it's right there. You wouldn't
I'm not. I'm
have
not
fun with
hiding.
it. So it's like
Then
have
it
fun.
takes away it takes away the fact that we all humans. We all fuck up. Everybody that done did something somewhere at
Yeah,
some point in their life. And when you get to a certain point past that, it's like, fuck it, I done did that. I grew from it. It can't hurt me
yeah,
if it's used against me because
yeah,
I'm the one that did it. I know. You're not
yeah.
going to threaten me with no skeletons in my closet when I'm an open book. Like you can't
Mm-hmm.
embarrass me. I don't want you to transition. Damn, I fucked up. Now I'm over. Now I'm over here. I done moved
Yeah,
on. I done grew.
yeah. Fact. That's why.
But let.
That's why I mean. And I got the chat up on the laptop too, so like people
Oh
didn't
yeah, they
expect
cooking.
the beefing up. I'm gonna tell you, like some people just do it because they bored, man. Like I had a conversation with somebody on the phone and shit. I was like, man, I can't just sit around. Like somebody, I had a situation on another app. They was trying to engage me or something, and I
Mm-hmm.
was just simply like, man, I'm gonna show you. I sent them a picture of this chart. I said, look, you see that pay chart? Now, when you
Mm.
when you become that, we can get online and we can beef all day long. At least we're gonna get some money from it. I just don't want to be
Wow.
sitting there wasting my time.
Fact.
Like I don't got time. Like I don't have time for it. I'm gonna go do a
Fact.
concert, bro. Like, cause it just it's a waste of my time. And I did all that shit back on Twitter, like 2015. Like
Mm-hmm.
people like Twitter back then before like when Instagram before Meta brought Instagram and all this shit. I was getting into it with celebrities on there, like motherfucker, you so run the country and you on here tweeting. Fuck you. I don't know who the fuck you think you are. Like, but that's how you get your name out. It's like, man, who the fuck is this little
The
so it just
audacity. Yeah. The
yeah.
nerve of this person. Mm-hmm.
So I don't have time. Like I just sit back. Now I ain't gonna lie, some of it's funny though. Like when you just listening and you just see it was like if it's used in like a productive way, then yeah, it's warranted. But too much is like I was gonna pay some, but I just stay at the house. And
Yeah.
that's just what I be doing. I stay out the mix, and then like I get my little like I'm at the point now in my career where I get the little like inboxes every day and shit. And somebody might say something on Twitter or some shit, and I don't even give them the satisfaction. I'd be like, I appreciate the promo, thank you, appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what you gonna do
Right.
about the status? My music is my status. Everything you need to
I
know when we
love
drop.
it.
So and that's just how I carry it. It's like my birthday's coming up next month. I don't have time. Like let me fight. Let me get a check. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
we can argue all day after that. Like your hair's fucked up. Oh yeah, fuck your socks. Like some shit like that. Like do a whole album about it. Like, I don't give, then we can go. But like other than that, I don't have time. I got like real issues and shit. Like I didn't even do that shit when I went to court the other day. Like it is funny how when you on the path,
Mm-hmm.
you'll have people try to attack you. And I didn't even make it to the courtroom. My lawyer was like, "Yeah, man, that's a one battle." So I already know. Like, thank you, Lord. Like, you fighting a battle, so like, if you're gonna fight, like, be sure you know who you fighting, because people are protected out here. We got prayer warriors, so good luck with
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go write a song about it after that. Like,
I
yeah,
will
you
write
remember
another hit,
that
another
time?
banger on the way.
Yeah, so it's always something to write about too. It's like it's life, man. Like it's easy to find things around you to write about in the house. Like when you're not trying to think so much and you just really sit down, it'll happen. That's
Yeah.
what kept me relevant. Like that's what I love about watching other people battle too. Is like the stuff that they come up with because it'd be funny as hell. Like a lot of
Mm,
people like they don't incorporate. It's just the same old, same old. And what I
yeah.
love about this year and what I've seen is everybody's different in their own unique way, and then the shit they incorporate along the way, like you always learning. The minute you stop learning, you learn shit.
That's a fact. That's a
And it
fact.
carries into the music too. So yeah.
Okay, perfect segue into the battle rap. I know you said, you started like most of us in high school at some point, battling probably your homies and things of that nature. What got you into always getting yourself involved in battle rap, be it outside? Like, what was your first? Let's put it this way: what was your first outside battle rap event that you were a part of?
The jump off in 2021 when I Bunny Gaddafi when we was in Atlanta.
Mm,
Um, I battled Tez Love. That was the first experience. Like, cause like I said, like growing up, like I wish I could have did this as a kid, but it's like
hmm
keeping a lion in the cage and you tease them, and then when they get out in the world, they got to learn on their own. So that was the first time I ever just
hmm
left alone that far, and I'm in an event, and it's like, damn, I'm actually here. I'm on a car with Ill Will and all these vets, because she
Right.
basically threw us in their water. You know what I'm saying? Sink or swim. So and just to meet like all of the people that's gonna be on the Drake card and shit, it was a surreal moment. But it went back to childhood. Like I was raised not to be starstruck. So that was
Right.
my very first. That was my very first experience of getting the feel for what I watched on YouTube or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh
Or
shit,
those old DVDs and things of that
yeah.
nature. Like being now you're the center of attention kind of on that stage.
And it
Like,
was fun too. Like it was fun too because it's like an instinct kicked in, and then it's a small room and it's Atlanta, and then
mhm.
being Memphis there, all kind of people, and with Tez like. And shout out to Tez Love, man. 10-year vet, he battled Yoshi, battled a lot of people. I'm like, bro, and then I got family out there. It's like I'm gonna challenge. I'm not gonna use no gay puns. That was the first time like I'm gonna challenge myself. And
Mhm.
we coming fresh off the tournament, and the battle was fire. Like, and that taught me like I had like you make mistakes when you first your first outing or whatever versus your first online. You make mistake, but you learn. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
um, I love the experience because I've never seen nothing like that. I've never been a part of that type of prestige of people in the room, and I'm amongst that. Given
Mm.
the fact that I'm going through shit in my personal life, like, yeah,
Mhm.
like that shit was fun. You know what I'm saying? So, and I wanted to do more of the battling right after that. Like, oh, I gotta get back out here now. Shit, I'm just find something.
I
So
was
I
gonna
always
ask
give,
you that.
yeah, I always give like, cause you know what I'm saying, like, and that's I think people I don't talk about that story enough either. Like yeah, I started with Danny. We started like the video shit, but I met Bunny through my agent on Bigo, like you know what I'm saying, because I wanted to get back, because I felt like, damn man, I'm building my shit back up, and man, fuck that, I want to get my get back, and then hey, they got this
Right.
battle shit going on over here, and this is after Super Fight, and to see all the people from Caffeine come and pour out more views over there on Bigo, and we getting paid, and I'm getting paid to talk shit in a tournament. Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah. And I'm the new kid, I'm new blood, and I'm in here battling niggas that like 10-year vets and shit like that. We trying to battle Ill Will. Shit, okay. Like, and they were like, man, we enjoyed that event more than the caffeine. So that led to the Atlanta shit. And that was
Mm.
like that Atlanta shit was like that shit felt like I was on smack for the first time or some shit like that. Like, oh shit. But I was also mad because I was, God, you got me in the small room. You would make the task difficult. Why I gotta go through it? Why not you?
Right. I was about to say that's
I know
always the
what you gonna be,
answer.
so yeah, so it's like
Hmm.
I know what you gonna be, so
This
deal
was
with it. So it's
it's
like
all preparation. It's all preparation.
yeah,
If I
so
put you through it now, it's gonna be light work later on down the line.
yeah, so and then it's just trial and error. Like it was fun too, cause I ain't never experienced nothing like that. I ain't never been around no, and that showed me a glimpse of like the future, whatever, where I can be if I do pursue this. But I also got to stay away from all the crazy shit that I'm around when I come back home. So, because I know where this can lead, and this is gonna get me where I need to be if I keep on doing it. So, Atlanta was the
Hmm.
it was this a tough crowd. Atlanta's a tough crowd too, but that led
Mm.
me and prepared me for New York and
Oh
Harlem.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
that I'm grateful for that experience too. But yeah, Atlanta definitely jump out. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, okay. I wanted to ask you about your style as far as a battle rapper. How important for one is it to have your own style? We talk a lot about the cookie cutter type copy and paste bars, and not only but battle rap as well. How important is it for you to have your own style to really captivate a room and set yourself apart, not only from who you battling, but just other battlers in general? And what would you call your style if you would have a name for it?
I don't even know. I don't even think I got one, honestly. I'm just versatile, I guess. Unorthodox. I, I'm just out the box, like, and it's vital because we missing a lot of originality. And like, I hear a
Mm,
lot of people amongst the culture and outside talk about originality. Like,
hmm.
where's the originality? We heard this before, like, and that's what make you stand. When you can be who you are and original and captivate a crowd, then you got something. That's what we missing a lot of is originality.
I
Like,
agree.
we got a lot of that too this time around. Like, you still got some that's because I guess what it was is like people get so influenced, like when they got influenced with URL or whatever, or they got influenced by how they was doing like the 4 bar sit up gun bar. Like you get so used to that, or they look at like King of the Dot or something with the jokes and this and this. You get so used to a format, but when you find somebody like a Hollow or somebody where they can go into any kind of pocket. It's like, oh shit. And it makes you deadly
Mm,
because you're not a one trick pony. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And you got a lot of one trick ponies. So
Yeah.
that's what makes you stand out as being original. Like originality gets you so far.
It really
Fuck being
does.
popular. Yeah, like fuck being popular. You're gonna get you gonna originality. You're gonna last longer when you can be original and at the same time and like transcend and like know how to adapt. But
Mm,
when you versatile and all of that, you're good. You're gonna outlast the one trick pony, and especially if you work hard. And
that's a
that's what
fact.
made me. Yeah, that's what made me so successful. Like I had to learn to adapt because I told myself I'm not going in like people. Like I get the joke, yeah, you come from Danny Myers, but the last battle showed I don't rap nothing like you because and that's what's gonna happen too. When you come from a camp, they're gonna tie you to that. But everybody's
Right.
different. You're a hybrid. That's how and you let your words speak. Like I had to learn to stop arguing with people because you drive yourself crazy doing that shit too. So stay
Yeah.
original, stay original, stay out the box, stay versatile. Don't water yourself down. You'll find your way. Like it's always some
Hmm.
time to learn. You'll find your way, but don't be a one trick pony. Like just don't
Yeah.
because it never works. Like it only gets you so far. Like
Mm.
and I've seen many of them. And I can tell you your favorite is not like that. I've seen them, I've met them, and they're not.
Yeah.
And when you see it in person, it's just like, oh shit, it's the same online. What the fuck? What the fuck? I thought it was like that, and it ain't. So
It ain't.
so it's like, yeah, this the originality, man. That's what makes us so because they're gonna try to imitate that, it can't be duplicated or nothing, and it won't be.
Mm.
So that's what
Mm.
works for me. It's unorthodox, out the box. I guess that's what let's get this with mine is. So, and that's how I try to keep myself as. You want to be different. You want something that's going. When people talk about such and such, they know them for that, and you can't be compared to nothing. That's how you want to be. You don't want to be like, oh, that motherfucker remind me. Like if they do say that they remind you of something, it's like a reverence or something like that. Now that's cool. But like sounding exactly alike, hell no. You don't want people to say that.
Yeah, I hate. I try not to say I hate, but I dislike comparisons so much. Not even just for myself, but other artists, because I feel like it takes away from their own originality, like how they used to compare, like um Michael Jackson to like James Brown, as far as the dance moves, or like Beyonce to this person or that person. It's like they may be inspired to a degree by that person, whether listening to them or whatever the case may be. But I know if it was me, I'd be sick. Like I'm myself, you know what I'm saying? I have my own style, write my own stuff, how, you know, what my own, from my own mind, from my own experiences. So please don't. There's a difference between we literally heard that bar from somebody else saying it versus, oh, you have an aggression like this person. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference in that. And we get caught up a lot in seeing maybe somebody having some potential or some star power and then automatically comparing them to something else. But that dims their light. Like you already now you're got them competing against the person you compared them to. And that might be an impossible feat. So I definitely feel you on that. And as far as being on unorthodox, because I heard that about, I only had one battle, but I heard that as far as myself, because I didn't come from, that's not how I write that 4-bar setup, you know, punch type style. Like I just write whatever comes to my mind, and it sounds good to me. So that's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. I'm reading the chat. D-Money asks, what's your favorite venue to perform at? Anywhere where they got food and drinks.
I know that's only right where they pay.
I can sit down. I'm good. Like, but I will say, I like the grill on the hill in Harlem and stuff. Like being out there. Like, I like being out there because it gave me a vibe of where I sing out here and stuff, and the people are cool and all that good shit. And yeah, truly, like I've been to shows and I've been in the background. I used to do tear down of the equipment. I've seen background singers kick the main singer's ass. They can't sing a lick, and they have backup tracks. You cut that shit off, they can't sing worth a damn. That's what they got auto tune, and they and the background singer be carried. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, we seen that. I definitely seen that.
Crazy. Yeah, that shit be crazy. I'm like if you watch the Weekend live and shit, like he ain't got no backing tracks or nothing. Like he just got the dances, but he singing. Like he sang.
Yeah.
He got the church. Like I watch shit like that versus when I go watch a show where it's just a bunch of theatrics and shit, and you find out it's like that's another thing. I don't never want somebody to say, damn, that nigga sound better when you're on the track. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I just quit after that. Fuck that
shit. Oh my gosh. Especially if you're giving a performance and they like, I'd rather listen to the track. So you got me up here, I'm performing and everything, giving you the energy, and I still, damn.
And in the studio, you can put all kind of effects on the song, so you don't know what like that's a lot of damn pitch corrections.
You can take 50,000 takes and copy and paste and all type of shit.
So it's like I've been in sessions with people, and it just be like, and they be like, "What you think?" And I'm just sitting there like, I don't want to be mean and shit.
You like this,
but I'm just like, but you know, motherfuckers get mad when you tell them. It's like I'm a firm believer in don't dish what you can't take when you dish it. You know what I'm saying? And when you, if you gonna keep it real with yourself. You knew that shit was crazy when you went in there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and it's bad when you got a team that don't. You need to fire the team if they don't tell you what it is, because they just no fuck that. Like I love when people tell. Like I done had sessions where I was sick and I go in there and sound good, and if the shit don't work, like they'll cut the shit out. Like nah, we like me and Docs used to record our shit. We'll be in there all day. Man, we can do better than that. You damn right, and we'll get to it. But
yeah.
I done been in a session where a motherfucker think that shit cool. They think this song finna take off and that shit flop, and then they mad at the whole goddamn social media world. I'm like, we try to tell your ass when you went in there.
You ain't want to listen. You ain't want to listen.
So it's what it is, man. Like they'll be all right though. Like that's what keep me, man. I'm always practicing. I'm always making sure that I'm healthy and stuff. I do my warm ups. I don't try to kill myself. Like I done been out. Like when I go sing in places and shit, people will come there. Hey man, I'll pay you to do this song or whatever. And then somebody will get up there and if you one of the performers that try to perform and you can't hold your liquor, I advise you just to stay in your seat because I seen motherfuckers. I can carry like the reason I even do like shows like that. I know my limit. Plus, I don't like taking my medicine. I talk about that in my music. Because I don't want
Yeah.
to feel like it's like a dope villain. I don't want to feel like that. So, because I can't smoke, so I mix my drinks and shit where I don't gotta chase it. I got energy and I maintain, and I can
Right.
go through it because my anxiety is bad as hell. Like it's fucked. So, but once I'm on the stage or whatever, I'm going with the flow. Like I'm moving. You know what I'm saying?
You in the zone.
Yeah. So, and that's how I do. Like from music to battle, that's how I do it. Cause my anxiety is bad, bad. But I've seen people that try the shit, they get too fucked up, they falling down, they can't carry a note, and it's like, who the fuck let you up there in the first place? You need to fire them.
Yeah,
Then you'll
yeah.
see the background singer come and take over, and it's like, bro, that motherfucker's fired.
Oh, oh,
It's like,
oh my
and I just,
goodness.
and it's, oh my god, like it's crazy. Or they be on the instrument trying to play and they hitting the wrong note and getting fired right there on the stage and shit, and it's like, I done seen all kind of crazy ass shit. But yeah, like
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, it's so important to have some. That's how you grow too. Like if you can't take constructive criticism, it's like you don't really, you're not really trying to elevate your craft. You know what I'm saying? If you like, nah, I got this, haven't warmed up. Look, even in battle rap, haven't prepped, you haven't gone over your rounds, and you sparring with somebody, and they like, you ain't got it yet. Nah, I got it. I'm cool. And go up there and make an ass out of yourself. You don't have nobody else to blame but yourself because
yeah,
people try to tell you. Nah, that
we,
bar wasn't hitting. Nah, that joint fire. I don't care. I'm gonna say it anyway.
man, I see that a lot at battles and motherfuckers, especially when they have a reaction, nobody say nothing. Like it's one thing when
Mm,
it's like people react like, and I learned this when I was in dissertation. Like, don't get caught in the oohs and ahs. When you have a bar that hit and the room react, is natural. When you got something that you like, you said, when people tell you that shit ain't gonna work, and they when you hard headed and you don't want to listen, it's a
mm-hmm.
recipe for disaster. They'll go in there and they'll say a bar, and then they'll get so caught up. Hold it down. Ain't nobody even talking.
No, it's quiet.
It's like what the fuck? The Emmy is 20% venue, not 10.
Mm,
uh, I only been to a few. I only got a few albums. So, but like I've been to some, and I'll see shit like that, and then they'll get mad at the crowd. It's like, why you get mad at them? It's your fault. They told you not to write that shit, and they'll say the
mhm.
shit. They might get a pause reaction, or they might get a motherfuckers might. It be crazy, and then especially when you battling that, you gotta know your crowd, and
That's
they'll
right.
think that shit the hottest shit in the room, and they'll be looking at them like, especially if we watching it live too. That's even more embarrassing. So not
Oh
only
my
are you,
gosh.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially you in person and you in front of a virtual crowd. So you getting killed in front of, and you don't know who other people is bullet. You getting killed. You online. It's like it's embarrassing. And whoever your team was that didn't, yeah, it's like whoever your team was that let you go out there like that, you need to fire their ass because you knew that shit wasn't right. And then especially if they drunk and then they get to choking and shit. That's even worse.
Yeah.
And I've seen that. I seen the whole night at an event. I get done battling, and then the rest of the card, they motherfuckers is choking, they getting mad, ready to fight, and it's like it ain't our fault.
You're right. You
So
mad
it ain't
because
our fault.
somebody
So
coughed and the room was quiet while you battling. It's like it's not. Look.
I done seen motherfuckers read off their hand in the battle and shit, and I'm like, y'all really? And we in the middle of the Mecca too. It's like, bro, like, are you serious right now? They doing a documentary and you're doing that?
Oh my God.
You're stupid. You are stupid. Randy Orton, stupid. Like, I can't, especially like I see shit in virtual, like I'll be watching like different virtual battles. I see shit like back in the day when motherfuckers, damn man, like, yeah, man, ain't prepared, nigga, moving roast spray out the way. It's like, damn, homie. You ain't pick a better room. And then they'll say something and they'll, hey, mute your mic. The mic muted. What are you talking about? You get to read comments, like, no, and never read the fucking comments. Like, that shit go, like, Bigo, you ain't got a choice but to read the shit because it's right there. Everybody comes in here talking shit, and if you trash, they gonna let you know you trash, and you can't avoid that. YouTube, you can easily cut the shit off.
Yeah.
And a lot of niggas, they just be, it's like you can tell who really prepare for shit and who don't. And motherfuckers be in the background looking ready to book people, and they'll see that shit and be like, nah. And whoever let them go out there and say that stupid shit, nah, they ain't getting on us. Like I seen a league owner straight up come out and say, I'm not booking none of them niggas. They trash. They unprofessional, and it's like, well, there go your record deal.
You gotta be quicker than that.
Yeah, so I refuse. So I had, let me take my pen up.
Yeah,
they used to make us drill and shit. They used to put us in situations where I'm gonna give y'all the topic, and this is what the whole card gonna be, and this the whole concept. If you fuck up, you ain't coming back, man, nigga. Let me get my shit.
That's like, decent.
Yeah, so I done been a part of concept cards. I done see people lose so bad they cuss out the judges and they get mad and they be on Twitter and they in space and tell them, "Bro, you not like that." And then they crashing out. I like, yeah, man. Like we got a good squad, man. Like y'all stay sharp out here, man. Cause people crazy.
You got to. So like, let me get back to what are some of your goals? You done accomplished a lot in battle rap.
Yeah.
What do you still have some goals for yourself in battle rap? And if so, what are they?
Just to finish out these battles. Wait, like the cards that I already got booked. I got 4 other in-game battles booked. Me and Danny, we got rescheduled. Okay. I know me and Young Salvo talked about January, and then I got hit up to do a battle in February. I just want to finish what I already got booked.
Okay.
And then transition into music. That's all I want to do. I want to just finish what I already got and then go from there. Because like I said, like for those that wasn't here in the beginning, I had a celebrity reach out to me that seen one of my videos.
Yes,
and they was part of the election. I can't say who it is just yet. And they reached out to me and they was like, yeah, we're going to come get you. And this is years I've been doing this, so you never know. So, and then plus my whole mindset of if I can get to that level, then I can turn around and be like, hey, look what we got going on over here, and then just help in the background.
Right.
Like I'm doing now, like I'm doing flyers for people. Like I'd rather be in the background doing stuff. Now, would I want to run a league and do all? Hell no.
That's that's a lot. That's a lot of big headache.
I'll help out and might put some bread in there in the pot or whatever, some shit like that. No, I'm good. Yeah, it's too much. Now, spar, like somebody called me to spar or something like that, or like they want me to do a flyer and help out, like I do that type of shit. But other than that, I'm not. Finish out the year, get the title, and
Let's go.
transition to this music and take over that shit,
Let's
and come back
go.
and come back and be in the background. Like just because I'm in music doesn't mean I lost focus. Nah, I'm
Okay.
music. I'm finna go in the industry and show them y'all can't fuck with us over here. I can't.
Yeah. I love that.
That's my ultimate goal, man. That's just part one of the goal. That's why it's like I've been so adamant about it. So finishing these battles,
Hmm.
because and they all mainstream too, and mainstream ain't fucking with nobody over here. Um, finishing them, and then whatever I got left, and then just doing music. That's basically it, and then staying healthy.
Of
Staying
course.
healthy.
First and foremost. Let's talk a little bit about the difference between mainstream and virtual. Why do you feel like they not fucking with virtual low key? Is it the creative freedom over here? What's some things you see that sets virtual apart from the mainstream?
We can do what we want. Like we got all the tools and then some. And then plus we ain't held down in a cage.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't recycled. We ain't manufactured. We ain't plants. Like we can go where we want to go. We ain't just stuck in one little confinement. We ain't up here rehearsing, practicing, and doing all this other shit that they doing. Like you see them, they just it's like the thrill, like the song say, the thrill is gone. It's like it's fun, like but over here, I'm more excited for a virtual event because I know like it's gonna be different and
Mm.
every like than I am when it's like when you know what's gonna happen at the end of the movie. It's like why watch it? You seen one, you seen them all. That's what the
Yeah.
mainstream is.
Yeah.
With virtual and what we do, especially the underground inside of that, it's like you're always, oh, what's next? What's next? What's next? So I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the industry. Like you got your cookie cutter, one trick ponies, and then you
Mm-hmm.
got the pure underground where they can do what they want in creative control. Like, and who doesn't
Mm.
want creative control? Where like when you let people like it's better. It's like it's kind of like WWE. You
Okay.
can tell whose storyline is really who the writing is really good over here versus man. Why the fuck is where are they going with this?
Yeah.
That's how I
Yeah.
look at this shit. And I love wrestling. I got friends that professional wrestlers, so I watch everything. But I think Money said it like when he talked about like with Tony Khan, like, salute to him. But it's like, bro, the way he books shit is like you be watching the program and you're just like, man, what the fuck is this? I'm only
Mm.
watching it because I'm watching it for them. Other than that, what the fuck is this? You go watch this over here on the other side, it's like, oh shit, man, this shit gonna feed families. What's gonna happen? And you never know what's gonna fucking happen. It ain't as predictable. I love that type of shit. And that's
Yeah.
like with virtual. Like you never know what surprises is gonna happen with the battles. You never know who's coming over. And then salute to some of the mainstream that does the shit, that did the shit. Cause
That has
they still
come
got
over
the
and show
same,
love.
yeah, they still got the same hunger and all that. So I love that,
Mm-hmm.
and when you lose that hunger, it's like, then who are you? That's your identity. So that's another problem I have with the mainstream. They not hungry like that. It's a lot of hungry cats over here. Like they hungry, and
Mm.
and it's a lot of them. I seen a post about John Jones where he got an intern, like the intern belt is supposed to be for people that, challenge all comers. He made a comment talking about, I don't want to fight dangerous up and comers. I want to fight dangerous established. Then why the fuck do you have the belt?
Right.
Just relinquish the shit at that point. I mean, that's that Lux shit. Like, and Lux is on my Mount Rushmore. Let's keep it real, bro. Like,
Mm.
if you're not willing to get out here and defend your throne, and you're supposed to be this big bad wolf on the block, then who the fuck are you? Like, anybody over here can whoop your ass. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
lyrical, but you got cheeks in your armor. That's how I see shit. Like,
Mm.
I'm like, oh, not to go into my conversation. I remember talking to Daystone on the phone. I said,
Mm-hmm.
man, just because they got a status don't mean shit. Yeah, they got a name and shit. That don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
You got more tools than them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I battled Quantum in 15 battles. I know what to do. Like I hit up somebody and told them what was going on. They was like, okay, if you want to beat him, you got to do this, X, Y, and Z. I scrapped all of my shit and really wrote. And they still debate that. Like you never know. And it's any given Sunday. So that's what I love about our side, what we do or whatever. And then people think and try to talk down online, forgetting the fact that they came from this shit. Oh, I got a little money or something, but outside of that, who the fuck are you? At least we can go home and know who the fuck we are. You got to find out who you are when you at home. That's another like. So they're not fucking with us over here. That's just what it is.
That's a fact. That's a fact. No, I agree. It's definitely a lot more. It's a lot more hunger over here, a lot more passion, a lot more. To me, in my opinion, it's just my opinion. A lot more just continuing to try to test the battlers are continuing to try to test themselves and get better and better. They're not really scared of the opposition. You know what I mean? They want that challenge so they can prove themselves and test their pen type of thing. Let's pivot a little bit because I'm really intrigued in some of the pros and cons that you have for being an independent artist and having your own creative control and creative property. So you could break a little bit of that down for me, especially, I'm trying to get into the music game myself and be independent. I have a personal outlook on that. I think it's great being independent, but it'd be good to know both sides of the coin.
Being independent, for one, and I always watch. I watch top music attorney on YouTube. Like they law firm deals with all kind of people that's independent. They teach you all about like how to own your masters, how to own all your paperwork. Every artist should know that. Every artist should have rights to the music and stuff like that. But you gotta invest because it costs to be the boss. You gotta invest. Plus, you don't have to worry about. You can drop when you want to. You don't gotta worry about somebody. You want to put something out and you can't because they holding it up, or you might have a good idea. And I've seen this a lot with labels too. You have a great idea. No, we're gonna run with this, and then that shit flops, and you're like, damn, I knew I should have ran with that. You don't have that with independent. The only bad side about independent is it costs. You got to pay to play. You got to come out of pocket. You got to invest. Then plus, you always got to make sure that, like I say, you got to have ownership of everything. Learning what the numbers are, learning about certain shit and all of that, like, and the tools are there. So, it's good. Like, and if you're going for a deal to be on a label, you got to find one that has development and find one that has your interest in, because it's a lot of them. Some of them, like, if you can have the creative control, and that's another thing about independent artists too, the leverage. You want to be able to leverage your work. You want to go in, because I see a lot of cats like my brother, like him and my homeboy, they was on Atlantic and they left. And it's like, yeah, they'll give you this advance, and like I see the Warren G interview on R&B Money podcast. I watch that every Saturday I get. It's just the gems they drop. Like, when you can have your own production and your own studio and your own everything, that's less money out of your pocket. You got, versus you own a label and they giving you all of this, and then you look at the numbers and it's like, what the fuck? And then you got to find out what an audit is and all this other shit, because you got to recoup that money. And if you really ain't like that and you flop, they're gonna put your ass on the shelf or drop you. So, and then you got labels joining each other too and trying to. So, and then with being independent too, all the money's coming to you. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to worry about it unless you struck a deal with a distribution, or you got a distribution where you got all your rights and they take a little something of it because you're using a platform that's different. But when you're dealing with a label that, oh, I got this right here. Oh, well, what's these numbers over here? Oh, that's your pictures, this, and this. Now, fuck it. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's always good to learn, like, and then always knowing the law too, like what your music rights are. Having somebody like on your side that, like a lawyer or something, or somebody that's good at managing that can read, because A lot of motherfuckers, they don't be reading shit and they just sign shit, and then next thing you know, they on IG, man, my label screwed me, man. Ooh. Versus independent, like you
Crying
lose
the
some shit.
blues.
Yeah, when you independent,
Mm,
you can lose it, but you know you can go over here and get it right back. It may cost, but
right.
you know it's all on you. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm,
then plus people start coming because you got more freedom to do what you want to do, and then you can make a lot more money then. Because a lot of these cats on these labels and shit. And that's another thing I want to do is bring that side to the game too. Because the person I'm working with, I got control of what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I've
that's
built up
good.
to that point. Like I've suffered, so I be
Mm,
crazy as hell to like just jump on something because it look good. Because half the shit rented, half that shit they owe. It's like living on probation or a child support tag. Like, and if you go
mm,
out on the road and tour and you ain't selling shit, then it's like okay, we can replace you. Fuck that.
right.
Independent, I can drop what I want and get the numbers and the results better than some of these motherfuckers. Just it's good to have, but it's just being investing. That's all it is. It's having the bread to invest and then being consistent. And then what I would suggest our artists do that does the battle rap side too is all eyes is on this. So I would use this to like build up in your promo shit too. And be out
Mm,
because people are always watching. There's a lot of dope music. But you gotta
yeah.
really be serious if you want to do that too, and then put the shit out, see what happens. Like, and you get a better understanding of okay, they like this shit, they like that, woo woo. Because with a label and shit, depending on if you're going for that, it depend on your deal. It depends on what you're looking for. Like some people get distribution deals where they can get you
Mm,
out far, they get you other placements. Like I got a distribution where I got radio play, I got monetization rights and shit like that. Um, they be replaying me in the TikTok stores, all type of shit. So plus I'm
okay.
getting yeah, plus I'm getting shit over there. So it was just like researching and learning. Like I just got hit up to get my wiki restored. So like all the advantages is where we're at. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So versus the label side of it is like it's good. They got the machine gonna do everything for you, but
mm,
you gotta understand what an audit is and what different shit means, so you're not caught in a situation where you're paying money back and you ain't got the money to get out the situation. So,
right.
and then, and
Right.
especially if you're going in and you ain't got nobody to help you get out the shit, like Chameleon, their story, he had a good ass lawyer. He got his money. He went to tech. He can drop anytime he want. But he had to break bread to get out that shit. But because you
Mm,
get to really see what's going on and shit. And if you with a label with a bad reputation, you see what the fuck. You don't want to be in no shit like a Taylor Swift situation. Like Warren G was talking about how when he had made when they made the song Regulate, how they wasn't getting money like that
mm,
till UMG came to him was like, hey, you did this, yeah, yeah. And he started getting checks that way, but like he didn't see no death row checks from no shit like that. So then Snoop
right.
ended up, and ironic Snoop ended up acquiring Death Row. So people are starting to see they shit, or you don't want to be in a situation where, like with a Diddy, where he got the rights, and then by the time he sell the rights back to the artist, they ain't worth shit. At least in the
Mm,
minute, you got your rights, and and it grows. So, and then also you got to know what publishing is, and your rights of publishing, and then to the point where if you want to sell your shit, you can, because you
mm,
own the shit. You don't want to be like, I gotta go fight to get my shit, and I gotta go to court, or I'm gonna re-record my. It's artists out right now that's re-recording their whole mixtapes. I'm like, why?
right.
Don't you own the shit? Well,
Enough.
technically, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, hell, that
Yeah.
can't be me. I'm from the South.
Yeah.
Like, that can't be me. I see
Yeah.
motherfuckers get paid in jewelry and clothes. Nigga, where's my money?
Okay. I need some money. I don't need this shit. I can't eat this. I can't pay my bills with
Yeah. So that's what I advise. Like if you do the independent route, you're gonna have days where you're gonna be mad, you want to quit, but it's
mm,
worth the investment because you're in total control of your whole career. Then you get to bring people in that's gonna help you along the way. And if you're
right.
trying to go to a label, have enough where you can leverage your deal, where you can go in like it. And then also too, you gotta think like you are the label. You gotta think as a label. And you gotta know like
Mm,
how to move as one too, and that's gonna save you being independent. So when you do a deal, you know how to fucking go in and say, this is what I want, this, and this, and then y'all can go on that. So you ain't caught up like these motherfuckers on the YouTube videos where, yeah, man, years here they before they was famous or after. You don't want to be like that. So I'm blessed to even be in a situation like that now. It took me years. So, but I own my shit and I can sleep at night.
That's
So,
the main thing. That's the main thing.
I ain't on the phone. These motherfuckers got me for me, man. I can't put the song out. All right, I can drop what I want to drop.
That
When
freedom.
can you drop, man? My label told me I can't drop yet, man. They told me to take the video down. Man, fuck that.
That's crazy. Or they
Fuck
just find a new artist, want
that.
to push that artist and push you right to the side for 2-3 years at a time.
Yeah.
You get, oh man, yeah.
And we in a time now where it ain't like 2006 or 3 where motherfuckers like we got technology right there. You can make I seen a artist. They got a Grammy nominated album. Shit, they made the shit on their phone. So you got it. You are the label. You got it right there at your fingertips. You know what I'm saying? So it just investing in your work and all of that and learning everything as you go and all of the tools that's out there because there's always some shit. Like the machine is cool. Like I got fortunate enough to like the person I'm working with, they already done been on that side and I don't have to worry about it and I know them. Versus 17-year-old me that was gonna sign my life away, and then you find out they shut down for money embezzlement and other shit. And it's like, yeah, I'm good on that. And then plus, I got the community, and a lot of people don't have a community and a tribe to fall back on. They just got a planted machine manufactured, and then as soon as they fall on their head, they ain't got nothing to land on. Like,
Right.
And then also too, you gotta have other. Not just with the music side too, you gotta have other avenues of revenue just in case one plan fall, you got another stream of income over here that's gonna hold you down too. And you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Cool, you just dropped a lot of game for real.
Yeah,
I
like,
hope
hey
y'all
man,
paying
I don't need no my
attention.
shit. Can't let these motherfuckers get wool over our eyes, man. I'll be out here learning shit. I'll be a top music attorney chat learning.
Yeah.
Hey man, that ain't what it
And it's
say. That ain't what
paying
the
off.
contract mean, man. You owe this, this, and this, and this much. Where is that? It's in this section right here. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, you know, it's in battle rap too. A lot of motherfuckers be signing these contracts, and it's like, bro, you better know what the fuck you signing to have people on your team that know what's what. You gotta move like a label, man, because that's what you are and shit. And especially if you trying to do both of them, battle rap and this too, because you see what the fuck they be going on doing, and then they relying on that shit. Nah, fuck that. There's no relying on that shit. Cause that shit be here today and gone tomorrow. Fuck that shit.
That
People
was
be
gonna be
hating
my
on
next.
Byron, but Byron on the game, nigga. Shit.
Yeah.
Byron getting that bread. Shit. I'm like, niggas better learn. Shit.
Okay. They better
Niggas be
learn.
able to say shit. I'm going with the Swifties. Then everybody else said we going to. You got to know where the bread at, man. That shit and this shit will trickle over and shit. And then you got fans. I posted a wrestling blog during one of my battles and shit when I was promoting. I think I was promoting. It was one of the battles I was promoting. It was one card, and I posted like a Roman Reigns meme. That shit took off like wildfire. Oh, what's this going on over here in virtual? And then I got a whole bunch of other fans. You know, you never know. So it's still on how you come on your network. Yeah, you know. Yeah, Slim. Man. I've been on my shit, man. I'm trying to go up there. I'm trying to go to everybody know my shit, man. Like you can't just talk to me like that, man. I'm from that era. I'm from that chocolate screwed era. Like I know my money, man. Like fuck that.
You have to. You have to. I was going. You was just lining me up for my next question. What are the benefits as far as in battle rap being able to go from league to league and battle in these places and spaces outside virtual and all of that versus being locked into a contract with one specific, you know what I mean? One specific stable. Because I see
Man,
you able to move around. You wherever they call you at, and that bag is right. That's where you at. And I think that's also a testament to your work ethic and how you're able to get 40 something battles in a 2-3 year span. You know, I mean, not a lot of brothers can do that because they locked in.
yeah. And I want to say that, like, for that, it's like it just building relationships with people. Shout out to bands. Like, when you get around folks, and there's other people in the game. When you get around people, and y'all have a rapport, y'all, you know what I'm saying, and y'all learn each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to negotiate. And then plus, they want to see you win. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using him for an example. Like, they want to see you win. They want to see you thrive, especially with the shit that's going on in the world. They want to see you eat. When you locked
Mm-hmm.
to some shit where you can't go nowhere, that holds you hostage. In my
Yeah.
opinion, it's like you gotta battle the same motherfuckers, do the same shit. And it's like, yeah, you got a good look, but that shit get tiring. Like, fuck that. And then plus, I want to own my footage. I don't want to be
Mm.
stuck in a place where I can't own. When I first started independent, I put in my contract I own any likeness of anything of mine and my likeness. I'm a part of that. Like, you gotta have that. You know what I'm saying? So, because you got motherfuckers, they stuck on an app. And
Mm.
if they do get off the app, somebody gotta either be a manager or something to put it on their channel because their
Right.
artists is in their card. Like, fuck that. Like, when I was talking to my management, I'm like, hey, can I go over here? Yeah, do what you want to do. Just get my advice. Cause I built up that. Plus they know how I am. Like, and I'm just not gonna join some shit and I know I'm stuck in a box. I've never been that way. Like, fuck that. Plus I'm a
Right.
praying man. God my order my steps. Like, and the
Mm-hmm.
thing about it too, you gotta be violent, like the word says, heaven suffered violent, or violent taken by force. You gotta be violent. And my verse said this today on Twitter. You gotta be relentless with your art. You gotta be violent. You gotta tell motherfuckers, because being humble is one thing, but you gotta tell
Mm-hmm.
motherfuckers what it is. Like, hey, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna like it because even if they do shut the door, you still got bread over here in these other three lanes. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know who's gonna pull up. That's why I've been so fortunate. You know what I'm saying? So plus if you wanna be great, you wanna be able to go show. I'm not gonna talk shit like I'm a number one league and I can't and I don't let my artists go prove it. And I
Right.
own a league. Fuck that. If I'm smack, oh RBE talking shit or vice versa. Oh smack talks. Oh my artist what's up? And that's the
Mm.
problem with people. They don't. That's why, like, with a lot of these companies, like with wrestling, professional, like whatever, a lot of these companies would be great if they learn to just. We may not like each other, but for the sake of the artist, let's get the money. Let's see who really want to take out. Let's see what's up. And you get so
Right.
many other matchups. You get so much. There's so much money out there. But
Mm.
I just refuse to be stuck in a box somewhere, and it feels like I'm if I want to be locked up, I do something stupid, Lord forbid, and I'll be back in
Yeah.
Green Bay or some shit. Fuck that. Like, no,
Yeah.
I want to be able to be over here. I'm in this community. Okay, I'm finna go get my bag over there. All right, Pyro, do your thing, cause you gotta eat. Who gonna pay your
Mm.
bills for you? When the cameras cut off, who gonna pay the bills for you? Are they gonna do it? No.
Mm-mm.
Regardless of what they be saying, like I know what the fuck really going on behind the scenes. Like them motherfuckers ain't eating like that, and they rely on that shit too much. At least we got shit to fall back on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I love that I can go to different communities. Then you build relationships with people because you might be in a situation outside the business, and then you build a relationship with somebody, and then they might see you somewhere, and you might need the bread, and boom, you don't even got to worry about that. So you never
Right.
know. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what made like that's why I'm in the position I'm in. But I had to suffer. Like I had to go through a lot of shit. And
Mm-hmm.
if you don't mind being like motherfuckers, and you gotta not give like my friend said, you gotta not give a fuck. Like you gotta really really stand on that and mean it. If you really and don't let nobody just hold you down like you gotta kiss their ass either. Fuck that shit. Like be like show them love now that they show you love, but at the same time respect yourself enough as a man or woman to walk away from shit because all money ain't good money. Fuck that shit. And then go
Ooh,
prosper. There's
we
other
talk
places
tell that.
it's other places that's bigger and more prosperous that's doing way better that'll get you in that same light and put you around other places and shit like that. So That's why I don't let people. I let people talk they shit or whatever and all of that, but I know where I come from. I know who I am and shit. Like it's been like that since my first YouTube tape. Like, and plus, I'm not gonna join no league if I know I can't move nowhere and I can't get my footage. Fuck that.
Right. Right.
Salute to them slaves, but shit, fuck that. I want my freedom.
Freedom.
Shit,
Freedom and intellectual property is the main thing. They'll get you
yeah,
so far, especially in these type of industries. And when you own your own intellectual property, you can walk away from a table if that deal ain't right and know you're gonna be good.
and truly facts. Like, and that too, like, like that's why you gotta own your shit. And even if you gotta listen, make a clause for yourself where if you want somebody's shit and the motherfucker get mad and they want to delete, you got your shit. Fuck that. I wish a motherfucker
Hmm.
would tell me, oh yeah, I'm Jason Pyro. Shit. I got a music note on my channel. I feel anything you need, it's right there. I done went and got people. You know how many people call me about shit like that? Man, I've
Mm.
been waiting on my battle since 2021, 2022, and they got the footage somewhere. Well, I'll go find it, and I get the shit. Here you go.
Right.
And they don't be tripping with me. Like, it's just all about, like, I know how to go negotiate and talk to folks and all that, but if I know I'm dealing with somebody and it's going to be some fuck shit, then why? And if you're going to be in this for some fuck shit, you ain't going to be here long no way. And people like that
Hmm.
don't last in the game no way. That's why, like, I guess the closer I get to my birthday to wisdom, and that's the thing too, like, the Lord wouldn't have put me in this position if he knew that I wasn't mature enough to handle what I'm about to get ready for. Like, I had to really grow it. I had to really grow into it because when I got sick, it was a blessing because I got out. It got me out the way. I got to really just listen to me and just really just you taking care of everybody. You've done this. You've done that. Now I can talk to you. You can get yourself together. And I came back
Mm.
like, let me study this and let me see where I'm at with it. And next thing you know, people started reaching out. So I want my plate, man. Like I don't want to get a plate and I can't eat off this shit. Fuck that. Why
That's
am
a
I here?
fact. That's a fact.
Fuck that, man. Like, especially that's like having that's like living in your own house and motherfuckers is running your house for you. Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's like my brother told me one time. He was like, man, you supposed to be a hawk around your house. You in here like a damn Tweety bird. Fuck that.
Mm. Mm.
Fuck that
Yeah.
shit. It don't
You
matter
can't
how
even
big, man. Fuck that shit.
go in your fridge when you want to.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I got songs about that. Like, man, I don't mind talking about it because it happened. I pulled my
Hmm.
Beretta out on the motherfucker. Like, you don't get the fuck up out of here. I don't know what the fuck you got going on. You don't pay nothing in here, and I ain't even move you in here no way. Like, fuck, I ran all the motherfuckers up out of there. Me and my
Hey,
pop. Like,
you gotta
we
do
straight. No, no,
you gotta
cause
do
you gotta have peace. You gotta have peace. Fuck that shit. And you
yes,
gotta be
sir.
like that. Like, especially in business. Like, yeah, you can be cool with a motherfucker, but when it comes to business, you gotta eat. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, you
Unless y'all
gotta
got a
worry about you.
rapport, yeah. Unless y'all got a rapport and some shit, like you gotta eat, cause them motherfuckers ain't gonna pay your bills and shit. And that's another thing I had to learn to stop being so nice. Like you gotta get violent about your shit. Cause at the end of the
Hmm.
day, would they give a fuck? No.
No,
Get
no.
own your masters, own your shit, and get your shit. Soon as shit drop, you go clip that shit, put that shit on your channel. That's your shit. That's your intellectual property. And
Mm.
motherfuckers argue that, okay, yeah, like that's why y'all see everything on my channel. Like it's been like that since my whole music career. Like, because I refuse. That's why I got all my projects out now. Like motherfucker told me I couldn't put shit out. I said, man, fuck you. I'll go over here.
That's a fact.
And now I'm making bread. It ain't bread, but it's getting there. At
It's
least I,
getting there. At least
it's
it's
mine.
yours. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So yeah. You know, people that shit don't get you nowhere. Like I love people to death, man, but I had to clean house on my whole team. Like relationships either. Motherfucker don't line with your vision, fuck them. I see.
Hmm. Some
It is
people
what it
put
is, man.
weights around your ankles, try to make you drown.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta cut them people loose.
That's why y'all see a lot of my team coming to the battles no more. Half of them straight up tell me, like, I can't go over there, man, see the battle, man. See. Okay, well, just watch it when it drop. You ain't finna stop. They arguing with me while I'm having an interview. Fuck that. Why are you here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a studio session last night. When a motherfucker showed me who they are and shit, nah, fuck that. And that's how you have to be about your career. Because that's your baby. You don't have time, motherfucker, janky ass promoters or cameramen, whoever. You got ownership of your property and shit. And then don't team up with everybody. Like, it sound good, but watch how they like really find out who they are and really find out their background and shit, like, and really just know what's up. And then if they don't, do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you don't gotta worry about it. At least if you fuck up, you at your house. You know what I'm saying? Just clean yourself. You get drunk, throw up. You at your house. You just clean yourself up. So that's why, like, with me, I just always kept a mindset of when I started out in doing this shit, I'm gonna stay humble, but I also had to learn to just talk my shit because I was at a point where, yeah, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just do this, and then one day it just clicked. I'm like, man, fuck that. I gotta eat too, and I got people that rely on me, man. Fuck that. So I refuse. Like, fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck who mad at me. I sleep like a baby at night. I don't give a fuck. Shit.
That's a fact. What was I about to ask you? What's some of the importance of networking? I feel like a lot of people get caught in just a world that they own. I'm just gonna put the music out and let it sit. But it's important to build relationships, in my opinion. So how has networking kind of elevated you all the way back from when we were talking about, you starting in the church, doing music on your own, some of your family members helping you out, getting in battle rap. How has working with other people kind of helped you elevate? You kind of went over a little bit and gave us clues, but what's some of the importance of networking, getting out there, talking to your audience, you know what I mean, and other people in the same field, and just picking up the different jewels and building rapport with people?
Just being everywhere. Like, don't be afraid to venture out, and then also talk to folks, man. Like, learn the trends, even if you don't understand it. Don't be so quick to judge shit. Like, you never know, man. Like, I got, like, when I was in the program and shit, I met so many people from, like, being a person in the program to being in the community, uh being where they was and all of that, like going to different platforms, sitting in with them, learning different things and talking to them. You build a rapport with people, like, you know what I'm saying? You never know, like, and just finding out what trends are and being like, all right, I'm gonna go on at this time, and then disciplining yourself. Okay, I know I got this over here at this time. I'm finna go over here. Like, I train my mind every day like I'm in the industry already, because and then you gotta take that serious. And then, okay, I'm gonna go over here to IG today, and I'm gonna sit in here and I'm gonna go chop it up to shoot the shit. And then I'm gonna go over here to YouTube, and it just builds. And then and then you're sharing shit, you're tagging, and then just whatever's going on at the time. That's it, and that's what helps you network. And then if you're online and you're always and people see you enough, and they, what the fuck, who is them again? And then that brings in eyes and shit. So I have my platforms to where when I share something and I talk so much, I post something on IG and it gets shared everywhere else. And I'm like, oh shit, he's got an interview, or oh shit, he's got a battle. And then I tie it in with something that's like popular that's going on at the time, like the fight or something. And then I add somebody or whatever. It's just risk taking. And then, the rapport I build with people, like inboxing and stuff like that. And then next thing you know, you get inboxes from people like, hey, woo, 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 or you get calls. So that's very important. Like, just going on, like, even if you're in spaces, like, it's so many people in there, like, just going in there, not being afraid to be like, oh, they may not know me. You don't know who knows you. And that's what helped me. Like, the person that I was cool with, that's known in the battle rap world, that does music, like, they took me in spaces one night. They was doing the R&B battle rap shit. That's how I ran into the band. That's how I met bands. That's how I met Floss the Boss and all of them. And I spit the verse I did from the Atlanta battle. They was like, that shit is fire. That shit took off like wildfire. So and then when I got the my verse hoodie, I'm talking to my verse. You're the guy that you're the guy. You should have just said that. Hey, I judged your battle. You should have started out the conversation with that. Probably like the flood for Better Call Saul. That's so fire too. But yeah, man. That's how I build my network. Is I'm just on different sites. I'm not opposed to sitting in and just listening. I'm not opposed to, and then I'm sharing. You got to support for support too. Like if I want them to support my shit, okay, let me support they, and then it goes from there and shit. So you never
That
know
was
what
gonna
that
be
means. So, yeah,
that was gonna be another one. See, you such a professional now at this point. That was definitely gonna be one of my questions. So,
I'll
uh,
try. I'll
I
try.
know,
I'll try to be media ready.
you ready. You was ready. Because I was going to ask you, I know firsthand how you show support to others. You've shown support
Yeah,
to me since the beginning. One of the reasons why I got this platform now is because I don't know, people, me and Pyro in the chat, like, yo, as soon as you can get that uh,
yeah.
channel up and running, I'm over there, KaiB. I'm like, okay. It gave me a little more motivation. You know what I'm saying? So, why is it important for you to collaborate with others, whether they up and coming, whether you known them for years, and why? Like, what I call it giving back, because it really does help the creative process between, someone like yourself and me. I run ideas past you, or you grace me with being able to be on one of your songs. It just helped me give me that motivation and confidence, you know what I mean, that you seen some potential in me. Why is that important for you to kind of reach out to other creatives and say, you know what, I support you. Let me help you, give you some ideas, or even a game you dropping right here, which was a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why is that important for you to reach out to other creatives? You know what I mean? Show some support.
Cause every like the same way somebody reached out to me, like you never know. Somebody just need that person that's gonna speak life into them. You know what I'm saying? So, and somebody did it for me. So who would I not be to pay it forward? You know what I'm saying? Plus, it's mad talent out here, man. Somebody got to do it. Like, especially if they don't do it themselves, because you never know that person. You might need them one day. Something might happen, then you run into them. They remember you spoke into their life, or you took the time out um to even like collab with them or whatever they was doing, and then they even exchange or whatever. It's like, man, this person did this today, and you never know, that could be that'll help both of y'all. Like I used to sit on YouTube and just listen to nothing but the independent artists or whatever, and just big them up and share it. Like the cat 19 out of Detroit. I
Mm-hmm.
started reacting to his videos on the old channel, and it started taking off from there. Like, hey man, you gotta come out here and get on the stage. Next thing you know, I'm running into these kind of artists out here, or these influencers. DDG follow me on Bandland and shit like that. Like, what the fuck? Like
Mm.
shit like that. So it's very important because you never know. They might make it in the game before you, or something might happen, and you might get in something, and then next thing you know, they reach back and grab you. Hey, I remember when you did this for me. You know what I'm saying? So this is
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? So, because we at the end of the day, we all trying to live, we all trying to make it and stuff, and it's just right. It's just right. So, that's why I look at my situation now. Like I'm getting used to like the good karma, as they say. Of I've done so much now. Somebody's reaching out to me like, no, you don't got to worry about this. I got that. You just do your part.
Mm-hmm.
Never had that before. I'm so used. So it just feels good to help somebody because I know where I was when I needed that help.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. We can't talk about networking and supporting if we don't show it. You know what I'm saying? That's just who I am and stuff. Now everybody don't deserve the motherfuckers that just don't. Yeah, we know who they are. They don't want to push themselves, then that's cool. That's on them. Like I ain't gonna waste my energy on them. But like the ones that
Right.
really hungry, that's really trying, of course, I gotta get out there and support them because that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's
That's a
all
fact.
about. And we never know. You take over, one of us get there, it's like, hey, come on. So I'm gonna continue to do that.
That's a fact. OG did speak on that question earlier on, but OG
Yeah.
Capri wanted to know what inspired you to get into rap.
What inspired me to get into rap and shit besides the battle,
Yeah.
just like to be an art, like when I became an artist or whatever, man, I just wanted to prove I was like the best way. Like you got cookie cutter artists in the industry and shit, and the best way to prove that you got it like that is you rap. And I had a lot of influences growing up, and I remember my track meet. We had won the state, and I was on the bus. I think it was like ninth or 10th grade, and I was on the bus freestyling with them,
Mm,
and just watching them and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's when that was incorporated. But I grew up on like music and hip hop shit like that too. So yeah, and they helped me
right.
become a better songwriter too. Cause I be damn, I'm an MC and somebody writing my rhymes for me. Nah, fuck that.
Right.
That
Right.
shit crazy. So
Right.
yeah, man, just a lot of like the old school, like different areas. My dad driving trucks and having music from all areas, from Philly, New York, Cali, and then plus the H Town movement, the underground shop we had back home, Eminem's, just music, man, different people. So yeah, what you say?
To get a little bit into the uh dreams and nightmares, the last project you dropped, I want to just tap in with the people and let them know, Pyro, I got your page scrolling down the bottom, but make sure y'all tap in with that. And Pyro gave a very detailed breakdown of each project and like the story and the transition through each project. We're not going to get into that right now, but I definitely suggest y'all go over there and just because he gives like a cinematic feel to each project. It's a storytelling, like it transitions from one point in his life, past, present, future, context, and everything. So y'all just make sure y'all go over there and tap in with that. But
Yeah.
before we get out of here, because I appreciate your time, the game, the interview, the conversation. You gave me a lot of things to think about as a creative. I appreciate your presence and just you being a very influential supporter for me. You know what I mean? You really inspired me with doing the rap, the battle rap, the R&B, even from the gospel aspect of it, that background in that. I just want to ask you what's next on the agenda for Pyro, man. You got a lot of non-stop working. We're gonna run back over the list of achievements too before we leave. But what you got next in the near future?
Um, I got the tour starting back Monday.
That's what I wanted you
I
to.
know
Yeah,
social missed it, so I told him I'm gonna run it back on YouTube. Like I'm gonna run the tour back and then lead up into Friday. Friday gonna be the big reveal of what's gonna happen, and just breaking bread with what I told you in the beginning, like the surprise, like the person reached out to me and said, Pyro, we finna bring you out here with us. It's
yeah.
time. They told me that too. They was like, man, you've done enough. You worked hard. Now it's your time. Like you told me,
Mm,
Karen, I appreciate you the same way. Like likewise, inspiration. Like I tell my manager in the beginning, like KaiB, even truly, like this is your time. Speaking in my life, this is your time. Like me reaching out, like everybody in the
mm.
chat, like I don't take that lightly. So, oh, and that proved to me, like you know what I'm saying, because when you're somebody that really don't